Kerbal Space Program. One of my favourite games, of course, for making rockets and doing all kinds of beautiful stuff. Now, I've built a Starship, the closest I can get to a Starship. Oh, I know one thing I did forget, actually. Now, that is one thing I did forget. Now, where did I put it? Oh, I put it on there. Right, and one thing I did forget, I just realised. If I can remember what it was. um, let me see. Yeah, that record banner is in a dodgy place as well. I'll have to put up with it for a minute, but we may have trouble seeing if I'm out of the atmosphere, which some could say could be a problem. So here's our Starship anyway in the old thingy. Everything looks good. I think I've saved it already, so let's make sure of that. So I've got everything set up, I think. Now the craft in there is right, it's not the proper Starship, it's a bit ugly inside, but you're not going to notice that, although you might have just seen that right there. And I put that there because why would I put that there? I don't know. Let's put it in there. That makes more sense. Right then, so we're all set. Now there was something I've been just meaning to do. Now what was it? The usual start for me. Yeah, the engines don't look great at the bottom, but so we have quite a lot of engines on here. We have 8, 16, we have 24, 8 fours. What's 8 fours? 32. 8 fives are 40. We have 41 engines, slightly more than the official one, which I think is about 37. And I'm not sure how many is on the second one, so I just put 14. I think that's plenty. Now let me see. What was the thing I was thinking of doing? I've got to have. First of all, we do a thorough check, make sure we have everything. Ignore this inside the ship. We have monoprop. We have this to remotely go up. In fact, we don't need a pilot, to be honest. And this could go horribly wrong. So we could throw the pilot out. Now you might be thinking that's a stupid idea, Ray. Why would you do that? And I honestly don't know. No, because we're flying it remotely, because we've got one of these remote things on here, look, we don't need a pilot as long as you've got one of those on. Right. Any trouble is, we're gonna have, if we land anywhere, we'll have a job to get out because it's all the way down there. So this might be a problem with the old ladder situation, but so it could be a bit tricky. I mean, I could put a ladder in. Should we put a ladder in just for sheer vanity's sake? But it's going to be a hell of a long ladder. So he's going to have to like manoeuvre himself down to this bit, balance boldly on there, and try and grab all of this. I mean, it might work, it might not. Now, would that get in the way of anything? As I was, like a landing leg or anything? It could. So we're going to the moon, and of course we could thrust up on the moon if we so fancied, but I don't so fancy. So I'm going to do a copy of this by pressing. No, that didn't work. If we press it, that's kind of in the way there. If we press this 2 buttons at the same time, we hold X and then press A at the same time, you can actually do a copy of it. There's a little tip for you. And we can flick that one down, and then we can do yet another copy. We can just keep doing this all the way down, and maybe they might be able to get down there. With a little bit of luck, we might just do that. And then we'll do another copy, and we'll keep try and get it in line with the other sort of rung, because they sometimes can get stuck on rungs. And then we do yet another copy, and flake it on there like that. And try and get all the little rungs. Hopefully it won't get stuck, because sometimes they get stuck. But that'll at least give them a chance of getting down, although I don't guarantee that, because he's got to get out sideways and then get down. It could be tricky. I mean, I could put a ladder there as well. I mean, why not put a ladder there, Ray? He might be able to manoeuvre himself round to that. And I've just got to find out where the other one was. It's roughly there. So, I mean, as long as they don't obstruct it. It might just work, although it kind of won't there. But I mean, if you can get to there, hover on the end of that a bit, and then it might be okay. I mean, do I really care? Not a lot. So I'm going to try manipulating this with my manipulating tool. And I'm going to just rotate that, and that was the wrong way. So we'll rotate that back and then push forward. There we go. And then hopefully that might, I mean, it might get in his way, but it sort of get him there. And that's all I care about, really. So then we're going to retract all these ladders, because it's a bit silly having a ladder on takeoff. Although, why not? And then you're thinking, God, that's going to be a lot of ladders he's got to retract, or... Yeah, you're quite right there. But I know a nifty trick to sort that out. It could be a long trek to this. So I'm going to, this I'm guessing could well be a Mars one, but whether that has enough fuel for that, this is purely a test. I want to see whether we can get to, say, the moon first, and if that's quite easily done without too much fuss and argument from the authorities, then I think we should be in with a great chance. Right, and then the engineer can get out if he's so fancied, because what we're going to do, we're going to dock with another one. You're joking, Ray. No, I am. Now, the other one hasn't got a ladder on it, which some may say it's a bit of a tragic error, but that's because I don't always think about what I'm doing. Right, there we go. So we got all that sorted. I think we're all ready to go. I can't really land this first stage because obviously I can't control two things at the same time in Kerbal. You can on PC, there's a special mod for that, but on console you can't. So we just have to exhaust this. I'm going to exhaust that and make it disposable, which I know is not a SpaceX thing, but who cares about SpaceX? No, I've forgotten everything. I've got the docking port on there. I'm pretty sure I've got a docking port on this beautiful craft, and I suppose I'll put the old Twitch thing up, because we're recording this on Twitch, and then we'll also bang it up to YouTube for all my YouTube fans that aren't out there. I always laugh. I don't know why. Right, so we're gonna tap that twice because it says you've got to tap it twice for some unknown reason. I'm getting my little box that I can place my tablet on, so I can easily see it without having to lean down, bend over backwards. Right, and then this won't be too long because we've got dinner and my lunch coming up, and that's far more important than you lot listening to me. So there it is. It would be that way around, wouldn't it? So we're on the dashboard now. It's not showing a picture, which is always a bit of a tragedy. But we're gonna have a look and see if we are alive. We have a picture. Well, that's always great when you got a picture. Right, that's a good start. Right, then what we're going to do then? We have one that we already sent up earlier. Now I should have recorded that as well, but I was testing out at the time, so just to see if it got up there, and it did. It did quite well. Right, now it's over there. Look, and I want it to come round about here ish. Okay. So that we can dock with it. And and there's a very good reason why we're docking, which I'm not going to tell you. So what we can do, we can fast forward time. So we make sure we haven't got the cursor up. Then we can whip this around like that. We give it an ultra whip. And watch that little aircraft thing next to the space station there, which might be my 2001 space station, come to think of it. No, it's not. Right, when it comes down to like here-ish, that's where we're going to stop. I've got to take that thing away. Alright, so when we get about here, okay, that's when we're going to take off, and hopefully we'll end up slightly behind it, like that. Now I'm going to go a tweak more, like that, or maybe just a tweak more. Yeah, just do it like that, so that we're guaranteed that we're going to be behind it. Right, and then we're going to go back to our launch vehicle. Then we're going to the camera view to there so that it's more central. That's it. That's that, so you can see it in all its glory. Right then, are you ready for launch? We are full throttle. Now this is a very slow craft going up. It's not as impressive as Elon Musk's, but that's because we haven't got the sort of mods and things on this because it's console ready. Let's fire the old thrusters And it took me a few goes to actually get this to work, because half the time it just tipped over. But I've sorted it out now. It's because I put the more powerful Reliant motor on, which has no gimbal. So therefore I was not able to adjust my gimbalness. But now we've done the centre and the middle one as gimbaled ones, and the outside ones, the two more layers on the outside. There's about 40 engines on here, and we just about got enough to take off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick this one on, although it always kind of, yeah, as you can see, the frame rate is not looking good. I'm hoping it's a lot better on the next Xbox, which we shall dub Series X. It's purely because they couldn't think of a better word, like, I don't know, why do they call it the code name? Why didn't they call it Xbox Anaconda? Sounds good to me. I mean, you know, it's better than going, oh, what do you want? I want an Xbox One. What kind of? Xbox One, an Xbox One X, an Xbox Series S, Xbox S, One S, an Xbox Series X. You just say, I just want an Xbox Anaconda, please. Bang, straight in there, no problems. See, why don't they do that? It was so much simpler. I mean, I know PlayStation, you know, just do PlayStation 5, makes it very simple, but again, that's also very unimaginative. Like, you know, PlayStation XL or something, I don't know. You know, they hire these marketing men, and they come up with just, well, they don't even need to hire a marketing. You could ask the tea lady for that, can you? What should we call next one? We had 1, 2, 3, and 4. What should we call next one? Oh, 5? Yeah, that'll do. Microsoft hire, you know, these wonderful people, these marketing people, to come up with Series X, which makes us more confused because there's already a 1X out there. But you know, I'm not paying their bills. But it's this awful beast to turn this, by the way. It really is. And if there's anybody on chat, hello. I hope you're enjoying it. But this is Kerbal Space Program. It's one of my favourite games that I always get back to, and I haven't done a Starship. I tried doing a Starship, it didn't work very well, but this one looks a bit more like a Starship. I'm not saying it's perfect, but there's no mods, so it's a little bit tricky. Now we're at the 5,000, although the record button is right over my height. So, but it's half of it is showing, which is all I need. So I cannot see where the atmosphere is because of that record button. Now I wonder if I move it down, if that'll help a little bit. It to the right hand side. I think wherever I put it is going to be in an awkward place, so I'm actually going to pause it there just a second. Okay, and I've moved it to the bottom left. There you are. So now I can see where we are on the atmosphere. Right, once we get to that, out of that light blue area, we want to keep under 300 meters per second. You don't want to be over that. Once you come out of that light blue area on the atmosphere there, which is the area of maximum dynamic pressure, if you want to be a true SpaceX nerd, always rotates for some reason, and then we're going to try and edge our way to the right, although it's proving extremely difficult with this heavy craft. I'm trying with all my heart to thrust this guy over to the right hand side, and by Jove, am I struggling. I could have whipped a few more engines on, but I had 40 on there. So what we want is, by the time we get to 90, we should be doing around about 15,000 meters or kilometers, or I don't know what it is. Kilometers, I think. We're kind of going off the line a little bit, but yeah, it's a real beast to turn this thing. And we can't really return it to Earth like what SpaceX can. No, we want to get right over to 90 now. Some reason it turns, I can never understand why. It's probably some idiot who, you know, and I can sort of force it to turn, but it just kind of does mess up your pushing. Right, we're at 17 and we're almost there. So let's get really... I'm pushing with all my might to the right hand side here, and it's putting in a real struggle. We want to be on 90 now. Yeah, right, we're on 90. Right, and then we're going to try and hold it there, and then I'm going to flick down here so that we get our height, our periapsis and our apoapsis. If you don't know what that means, I'm not going to explain it because I ain't got a clue. One means the surface somewhat above the ground, the other one is the surface of the other end of your orbit, which is minus 500, which is not a good sign. But we're just going to keep... Now we're going to stay generally in that 90-degree area. And then we're going to press this so that the next engine fire, and I've got some beautiful little things on there so that it thrusts it away at almighty speed. And now we'll have a lot easier turning now. So we're going to keep it round about that 90 just for a moment. If you look on the far left apoapsis, it says 47,000 kilometers and T-19. We want about 130 as a sort of minimum, I think. I mean, probably a minute will do it. To get to about 60, I'm going to start really banging it over to the right hand side. If you pardon the expression. So it's not actually going up. That's a bit odd because it's normally going up a lot quicker than that, but the other one went up beautifully. Right, this one, why it doesn't do Sage View when you do the second bit, I'll never know. And when you do that, it always comes up with that. Then you got to press back, then you got to press back again, so that a split, that green square on the right there disappears. I've never been able to fathom out why. Why it does that. But, you know. And then we're going to slowly watch that 60 apoapsis there on the far left corner at the bottom. And as we get further and further towards 70, 80, 90, we're going to gradually thrust it away to our right, making sure that that 1 minute 22 that you see there doesn't get less than that. It stays around that number or increases. Okay, start whipping it over a little bit now, but if it starts going down that T-1, then bring it back towards that 90 degrees again. But so far it's working quite well. It took me, a couple of hours last night, plus a little bit of time this morning, trying to get this thing to be about the right thrust and everything. It took me quite a while sorting it all out. We're trying to get 40 engines on it. Right, now we're going to start pushing it to our right and a bit more. We want to get more and more to 90 now. And where is the other one, by the way? Looks like he is going to be ahead of us, which is what I want, really. All I got to do now is hope we don't crash into it. That's my only worry at the moment. No, not that one. That one. No, not that one either. Yeah, it's always a bit of a struggle, this, isn't it? To click on it. That's my target, okay? But I don't want it to go onto my target. Why is it on that? Right, yeah, we can move it far right now, and I'm going to cut it off right about here. Okay? Whoops. I'm all in a panic now. Whenever I go stream, it all goes wrong. Right, and then we're going to bring this baby out, try and do it as quick as we can, because we want to... I think we're about 30 seconds that we need, so we're actually not doing bad on that. Then we're going to push that out until it... You see the two little things are expanding, they will flip over. Missed it there. Right, well, bring it back. See that orange one? It's sort of... Where'd it go? There, it flips like that. When it starts to flip, when it's like half and half, then you've got the perfect orbit, really. Now, I want to be, if I'm behind it, I want to be going a little bit lower than it. Got the deep voice. So that I'm gradually catching up to it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go a little bit less than that. Now, I'm running out of time. So I need about 26 seconds here. So I'm going to bring this in just a bit. so that it's around about the 86, 87, because the other one's around about 88, 90 something. So I'm going to go around about there. So I'm slowly catching it up. All right, we're on the button. Right, stand by. We are right. We got 53 seconds. That means half of that, 25. Say 27 seconds. Oh, we'll do it. I'm going to relax now. And then we're going to try and refuel, and I put the refueling area in a odd place, but it's kind of consistent with what SpaceX are doing, I think. I tried it on the side of the craft and I found it exceedingly awkward to try and dock. So I put it in a different place. You might be a bit shocked when you see it. I know I was when I saw it. So what did I say? 25, 26, 20, around about 27 seconds we can fire our engines on the node in T-minus 34. Right. When it's 27, we're going to light those beauties up, and it should quickly get out there and orbit ourselves. Ready, go. Bang it. And now we'll see where that number 1 is. If I point that out for you, that number 1, that's going to be about the halfway mark. So it should be 0 by the time it gets to there. And yeah, fixed some bugs in Kerbal now on console, and it is a little bit more reliable than it was before, and things tend to work a bit better now, and less terrible hiccups that we've had in the past are now pushed behind us a little bit. There's still a few bugs in it, but it is markedly better, I found, and I find it's better for adjusting as well, like adjusting orbits. It seems to be a little bit slower now, so it's a bit more easy to manage. See, we're coming up to that 1, and yeah, we're almost on the 0, so it's about right. Everything's looking good, and we are behind it, so we're good. I think maybe that was too far behind. We're looking fairly good on fuel, and then we're going to dock with it, and what we're going to do is refuel the one before, because this one's the one after. We'll call one the one before, one the one after. There you are. Right, look at our periapsis now on the left bottom corner. You'll see we're almost to the point where we're actually coming out of the Earth, which is always a hopeful sign. In minus 20, 15, 10. Right, now it's starting to come out, and now we're starting to make an orbit. Ready? Get ready to shut off. We've got to shut it off pretty sharpish. Right, and then we're going to just push this little bit, not too quick, but then slow it down so we can manage this last bit right onto the center there on 0, 0. Right, and then I'm going to tweak my orbit if I need be, so that we're catching up. Now, he's our target. His orbit is 88, 88. So whereas mine should really be bringing that in then, shouldn't I? So I could actually bring it in now. Let's do that. Because I want to go down about, well, we are a little bit below actually. Oh, that's a point. We are a little bit below. So let me click on these. These will show us our separation between the two. It's usually that right hand one there. But, oh no, not that one. That one. Alright, and then what I can do is, on the next orbit, see, I can put a maneuver node here, not for any reason except I just feel like I put one in there. I can click on that, and I won't do anything with it, but what I can do is go forward a couple of orbits, and we'll see how much that changes. So we've got one. So we are slowly moving away from it. Right, so as you can see, we're slowly moving away, so I need to bring this orbit in, which is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to bring that in a little bit, so it's about 84 or something, so that we are closing in on our target. And then we'll say it again. So I want to be gradually on every orbit to be getting closer, to be making that distance shorter. There we go. Now it's going to be quite a few orbits here. Yeah, that's a lot of orbits, isn't it? So I might bring it in even more than that. Not too much, but just so we can hasten this up a little bit. Again, I'll stick it on there. Which one? Actually, that one's closer. Why not do that one? Stick it there. Line it up roughly central. And then we, whoops, read it wrong. And then we'll flick that, and then we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's that? And then that one goes further away. So, oh no, it does go a bit nearer. So about 5 orbits. Okay, now you're thinking, right, I'm going to go around 5 orbits. That's going to take a terrific amount of time, Ray. But it's an easy thing. We can go into here and we can go to the tracking station. And there we can speed things up enormously. Although I just set a maneuver now, didn't I? I beg your pardon. My mistake. Oh, look at this. Didn't that make you go all whizzy then? Made me go whizzy, I know that. There's a load of debris there, I'll worry about that later. Right, I'm pretty sure it's that one. Let me fly that one because I made a tragic error there. I set a maneuver node and I need to get rid of that because I know it's about 4 or 5 orbits. All right. It's funny when I do a stream, the old brain don't work. I'm going to move the mic a bit closer. Yeah, it has trouble picking me up on this mic, don't you, Mike? That's correct, Jimmy. Right, now we are going to go to the tracking station and we're going to go forward about 4 orbits and then we're going to make some maneuvers because we're going to dock with it in a very unusual fashion. Right, because what we can do, you see, we can position it. Oops. Oh yeah, I'm great at doing that, by the way. God, it's sluggish. Right, so what we can do, we can zoom in a bit and then we can push time forward, like so. Alright, and I'm going to zoom in and then we can just gradually watch this because we can go faster in this than we can if we're actually on the craft. We can go a faster warp. 2, 3, 4, no, 5. Let's keep going until it's almost there and then we'll stop, say, a runabout there. What do you think? Good idea? No. Right, and then I'm going to get rid of all this debris. I said I'm going to get rid... Oh, it's because I got that up. Is it? Alright, maybe not then. Maybe it's on the way down. So let's go back to our ship, which should be the bottom one. Hopefully I got that right and I didn't go past it. In which case... we got to do the complete opposite. Right, so yeah, this is going to probably about another half an hour, and hopefully we'll succeed. He said, crossing his fingers and his toes. Right, that's a very dark bit there. Right, let's have a look in the orbit around. Now you see, well, I'm getting close. So we're 33 there, so we're still another couple of orbits away. And we are, hopefully, this one, that's right. Okay, so we can speed it up. Now, this will be a bit slower, because the maximum I can go here is that. So, it's probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 orbits, so maybe it was even like 7 or 8 orbits. And I can't go any faster than that. I think if I'd got about 150, I could have gone faster, but I didn't want to go that high, really. And then I'm going to see if, I mean, I don't know where I'll land on the moon today, but I just want to try this docking maneuver first. And if possible, I'll try and land it on the moon. Because what I'm trying to do is refill the other one to almost full. Or practically full. And just see if it's possible to go on the moon without any problem. If there's still a load of fuel left, might be possible to do a Mars one. But I've got a feeling I won't have enough fuel to do that. It is a bit big, this ship, and unwieldy, and I would like parachutes so I can land in Mars just to slow us down a bit. I know that's not the SpaceX way, but I'm not very good at landing them at the last minute. I'm very, very poor at that. So sorry this last bit's getting a little bit dull, because we got 21 meter there, and that's going to go down in a minute to 7. So probably the next one, in fact the next one might go past. So let me just take that down a minute and see what my orbits are, because what I want to do is the high one there, I want to lower it. So I may be able to set a maneuver node here. Okay, and see if we can make those a bit smaller and adjust this. Right, it's going worse there. And so's that. So what I could do is move this around like this. See, now we're sort of getting somewhere, and then we can... Ooh, we might get a good one here. Ooh, we can get down to about 1. Now it's really fine control here. You've got to move a very tiny bit on the old controller. That's almost there. Let me see if I could tweak that a little bit better. Just moving it along this orbit. It looks worse. Ooh, that's looking good. That's probably the best we can get here is 0.3. So that should be a good one. And then I'm just going to double check what that is going to make so we don't go too low. Yeah, that is looking good. As long as we don't go down lower than 75 or 70, we should be all right. That will give us that on the next orbit after we've done this burn, of course. And sometimes on Kerbal it can estimate it wrong. So, and sometimes when it finishes the burn, it's like completely different. But you know, sometimes it usually does all right, but sometimes it just goes a bit wrong. It's a very, very short burn time, 0.1 of a second, so it's going to be extremely fast. So I'm going to have to manage this extremely carefully. No, it's alright, we're not going to be 0.3 now, but we're 0.3 after the manoeuvre, so don't get worried that we're going to hit there. Although we shouldn't hit on 0.3. Right, it said 0.1 second. Yeah, good luck with that, Ray. And if I haven't got, because it does happen sometimes, if I haven't got a docking port on this, I will eat my trousers. But it should have a docking port on there somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I put it right on the bottom where the engines are now. You're probably thinking, oh, stupid place. Why would you even do that, Ray? I don't know, Ray, why I would like to do that, Ray. But I thought I'd do it just for sheer fun of it. See if it was possible. So we're going to try and dock end to end. Seems like a stupid idea to me. So yeah, 0.1. So yeah, I'll do it around about 3 seconds. I'll just do a little tiny blip on the manual control. But if you hold left button on Xbox or L1 on a, what's the other one? PS4, then you can just do the speed very slowly on the D-pad. So I'm going to go around about 3 and then just do it a little bit, and if it's going really too fast then I'll try and slow it down, but even just pushing it one little bit is probably going to make it go down fairly quick. So I'll go down about 3. If it's not going down quick enough, then I'll obviously increase it. Right, ready? Are you steady? Here comes the magic moment. Stand by. Go. Well, that's not bad actually. That's about right. That was about right. I'll try and stop it dead on that 0. I would press it multiple times because sometimes, because the frame rate is a bit low, they do sometimes not shut off straight away. There's a little bit. Yeah, it came out all right actually. Sometimes that moves. As soon as you put a manoeuvre on, it completely moves. But this time we got away with it. Right, now we are, and we're on the sunny side, which is always the best possible thing, isn't it? When you're docking. Now, if you just want to go, build ships and blow them up, you don't have to do all this advanced stuff, of course. You can just build a ship and smash it into the ground and I'll just fire it at the moon. You can do all kinds. But, I like to also do the serious stuff as well. So, by the time we get to there, what we have to do is we're going to click on our target and we're going to do retrograde. Now, that's because when we get close to this, we are moving at 72 meters per second at the moment, although that probably come down as we head towards it. Alright, we want to bring that down to 0, or close as possible, and then we're going to aim at the target and push forward. Well, I'll show you. But we can accelerate time a bit, so we're gonna. No, we don't want to warp there, Ray. No, don't be stupid. So we're going to warp here to speed up time. So I don't bore you too much. I mean, I do it often enough as it is. And hopefully that doesn't change, because it does sometimes change. It feels like a change sometimes. No, it's okay. Occasionally, the Kerbal does blip a little bit, but it's more than a blip, mate. All right. See, as you can see, our target speed is coming right down now. Already. Right, we're stopping right there. Now, what I'm going to do is, it's a good one for reference, is I could just put a little maneuver node here, but do nothing with it. We'll just cancel that, right? And then when we get to this one, okay, our target should be somewhere in the vicinity, but I have no idea where. And we'll go retrograde on it. With a bit of luck, it'll show up somewhere. One thing I didn't do, actually. Well, that's something I didn't do. I didn't sort out our DNS. This bit. So really, I ought to be doing that, shouldn't I? That would be wise. And in fact, I could do it right there. I could do maneuver right there. Not you saying, that's a bit suicidal, right, ain't it? Hang on, did the wrong one there. That one. And then I can push this and we'll get that down to 0. Alright, it may affect this a little bit. Just a touch. Okay, that's not too bad. Now we should be getting fairly close now. And again, I'm going to ignore that target one because it can sometimes be different than the target. Alright, and then that will mean we are on the exact same plane. We're on the same kind of circle. We are going around exactly the same plane. If that's if you understand. I mean, it is a plane. If you look at it, looks like a plane. In fact, I could even maybe tweak that, but I'm not gonna. You're not gonna? No, I'm not gonna. How long? Half a second. It's not giving me a lot of time. So I'm going to warp to the next maneuver and just bring us to within a minute. And if I can dock these two together, I'll be very, very happy, of course. But don't bank on it. One thing I can never remember in this game is when it moves to these, these kind of maneuvers, normal and anti-normal or whatever it is, I never know which is up and which is down. So I just set it for it and that's it. I mean, so I could do it manually, but I can never remember which one's which. It could be the left-hand one is, this one. It could be this one is up and that one's down. I don't know. Who cares? I know I don't. Right, when it gets to about 3 seconds, we're gonna. Now, if I haven't got monoprop and thrusters, I should be very, very upset. Now let's speed this up just a tad, because I don't want to keep you waiting too long, because you'll all fall asleep. I mean, I'm falling asleep as it is. So. Sorry, I do like chatting. Oh, what's up? Hang on, let me just swap that. Something come up on the text. I can't call. Aini Munrega 86 Kelwar. What's up? How are things? I've watched your RayRay Awesome 9 channel. Thank you. Your streams get better every time. Kerbal Space Program, Starship to orbit and dock. Keep it up. I'm about to design panels, overlays, face cam and offline screen for your streaming. Alright, I'm going to keep this brief, so follow the site address. My Twitch profile, see you soon, is one of my best games. Right, okay. I mean, I only put it on Twitch really to upload it to YouTube. So I don't have any of this fancy stuff. I don't want to be a big YouTuber or big Twitch thing. I just want to have fun with it really. And if a couple of viewers watch, great. Right, we're going to tweak it now. Right, I'm going to get it to a nice steady speed, so we're getting to 1 round about 0. It shouldn't affect our orbit too much. And then hope it shuts off. Looks like it did. Right on the 0. Excellent. Now, again, this could change. No, it's alright. So now, as you can see, we are approaching at a rapid pace of knots. So we are on the exact plane as the other one. And we are gonna... And we're actually running away from it now. We're very close to that maneuver node point. Why is that going away from me? I'm kind of feeling this is it doing what it sometimes does, where it does the opposite of what you think? Because if it is, because that should be getting closer, and it's getting further away. So I'm kind of worried about that. Oh, hang on, I should be on target. Oh yeah, that's what it is. I was going to say it should be facing towards it so that we can... He should be getting closer to me, which is a little bit perplexed by that. So we're going to... If I do the... Yeah, I may have to go the other way then. Although, I don't know, I think he's swinging round. I hope this don't go wrong, because we should be, that target speed should get lower. So we'll speed up a bit quicker. We're going to get it to 0 if we can. There we go. Right, then we can, once we've done that, we can head for the target. Okay, so now you see it's going really nice and steady. In fact, we're getting closer now, which is exactly what I want. Now, what's it going to be on the next? Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to fire our engine and point towards the target. Now, I bet you're thinking, what a stupid thing to do, Ray. But no, it's not. It's not a stupid thing to do. Because actually, it's gonna bring this back again. Now, we could be on the dark side, of course, which, if you know Star Wars, is a bad thing. Alright, so we're heading towards it nicely. I'm going to go a little bit faster, alright? And we should, according to that, be catching up to it. Alright? You said hopefully. It doesn't always work. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on now. This is where we've got to go into docking mode, of course, which is always gets me really. And if I haven't got monoprop on those things, I'll be very, very upset. Because what I can do now is I can tweak this down. Okay, and we can push this yellow one down onto the other one. Is it moving? Oh, barely. It's a big craft. So I'm going to try and bring that down to the purple one. So we're perfectly lined up. Although it may move. Because, you know, could be a fraction out. It's going to burn a bit of fuel, but of the monoprop, but then we're going to tweak this up to the right. Try and get it as fairly good as we can, and we can just flick that off. And we should be, even by doing that, we should start to reduce this. Yes, we have gone down to 0.3 now. But we can make subtle adjustments as we're going. So I'm going to speed up time a little bit, just to save you getting bored. Alright. Okay, usually when it gets to sort of like here, we should be thinking about killing the speed again or something. Right. Now it's going to repoint back at the target. And I'm going to take a gamble here and push forward towards it. May be a bad idea because we've actually become faster. But I want to bring it a little bit closer because I don't really want to use a monoprop because it's such a big craft. And I haven't got like, I did cut the monoprop in half. That didn't stay there. So I don't want to go crazy on that. Right. So what I'll do is I'll let it go nearly past us. Yeah, 0.1. That's pretty cool. That is pretty good. Alright, and then what we're going to do is as that gets quite low, I am going to thrust to kill our speed. Okay. Just a bit. Oh, we're getting very, very close. I'm a little bit scared. And yeah, he's not the fastest thing to turn, this one. But you should start to, and I want to slow that. Yeah, I want to slow the rate at which it's coming at me. It's kind of giving me the willies a little bit. Right, good. It's going to push ahead of us, look, and I'm going to slow that down a bit. Wait till it gets on there. Right, ready? And we're going to match our speed. Kill this speed down to 0 again. Boom, like that. Right. Now comes the tricky bit, because I have to do things the opposite way around, because instead of usually the docking port is at the front, it's at the back. So I'm going to have to do this. Right? So I'm going to control it from here. Now sometimes Kerbal does not like being controlled. On the docking port when it's in not a forward position. It sometimes goes a bit wiggly, if you pardon the expression. So what I'm going to do is point them both at each other. Alright, so we're going to control that from here as well, and then I'm going to point at the target, and the target is over there now. Well, I can't really see the docking port yet, but we're going to kind of aim for that end-ish. I'll get it to come up. Right, okay. And then we're going to point towards it. And what we're going to try and do is point them both. It would be in the dark, and I got no lights. But you never know, we might approach the light as we join up in perfect harmony. No? Alright, we might not then. That's 0.1, what's that? That's oh, actually that might be in the light. So that would make me very happy if we're in the light. Ooh, it's almost in the light. It's every time I do this, it's always like freezing dark and I forget to put lights on. Oh, please don't crash on me, because I did have this crash earlier. Not into each other, but the game crashed. Right, he's pointing at it, okay? Now, we point to the other one, we go to the other one, and we're going to also point this one at it. And hopefully the two ends are pointing at each other. And I just got to make sure I don't hit an engine off when I try to dock, because I'm hoping we could dock without dismantling anything. And then we're going to use our thrusters now to move towards the craft. Right. You're going to keep this brief, so follow the site address on my Twitch profile. Yeah. Hopefully this is not like a spam message, but yeah, I think I do okay on stream. I wouldn't say I do great on it, but I'm trying. It's merely a hobby, really. Right, and then we're going to try fire in these, and I'm going to, let's see, we're going to push it towards it like that. Not too fast, and hopefully I've got enough more. I was so dodgy at this craft taking off that you know, so close to like 1 that I couldn't really put too much extra fuel in there. And then we're going to bring this over and try and line it up. Hopefully the other one will keep adjusting with me. If not, we're in a severe barrel of trouble. And I do like me, you know, having a bit of fun. Some people may not like that. But thank you, whoever that was, for... Yeah, I'm not gonna... Yeah, you keep up, you go on with your overlays, face cams and all that stuff. You know, that's the kind of stuff that... Wow, puts me right off streaming. I can't cope with all that stuff. It's a lot to do. I'm a poor old guy who, you know, when you get spare time, you don't want to be messing around editing and all this kind of trollop. So, you know, I should cut stuff out really, because some of my stuff is pretty awful. But I like you to see me warts and all, if you'll pardon that expression. Now I could try and speed this up, of course. And I think that would be an excellent idea, Ray. Although, don't let it smash into you, will you? Of course I won't. Right, oh, we're getting very close now. And look at this. Look at this. It's thundering towards us at fantastic speed. And then we're going to put our thrusters back on. We've got to be in docking mode, mind, to do this. We're going to keep lining this up. And then I'm going to turn it off and switch to the other one to make sure he is still pointing at it. And sometimes when the opposite one points at it, it doesn't always get it right. But I think on the ends we might be okay. But when you put it on the sides, it sometimes has a problem. Right, we're going to switch back instantly because we're getting very close now. And I wish it was light so I could see the hell of what I'm doing. Right, we're going to keep just messing with this, and then we're going to start slowing down now. Okay, so we're going to... Whoops, that's the wrong way. We're going to slow down our speed now because they're coming at each other at a rapid rate of knots here. I want to slow it down to about 1 or 2. Whew. This is taking a long time to come down. So I hope this works in time. I want to get down about 1. It's getting very close. Please come down about 1, please. Thank you. Right, and then I'm going to try in the pitch black. If I can flick on it, aim the camera there so I'll get a little bit closer view. And if this doesn't line up, I hope I'm controlling it from there, yeah. Right, we're coming nice slow speed. We're going to keep adjusting this so that we're beautifully lined up. Yeah, trust it to be in the dark, wouldn't it? And hopefully this will work. And then I've got to remember which one is the one that's got to be refilled. I think it's the one with the pilot on is the one that's got to be refilled. Right, we're pretty close. Make some more subtle adjustments. We want to keep that right slap dab in the middle there. Does have to always be on the stupid dark for. I could just kind of cancel this out actually. And yeah, that's not a bad idea, Ray. Why don't you do that? Why don't you cancel the speed out and then go around a bit more so we're in the light? Now, that's not a bad idea, to be honest. Although it might kind of go a bit skew if I do that. Oh, let's go for it. I mean, I'm just hoping the engines don't get in the way. That's my big worry here. I cannot see a thing here. I'm going to try and aim the camera at that so I'm a little bit closer again. Panel always gets in the way. Right, hopefully these will meet up beautifully. It's looking good. Please don't knock engines off. Go on, please merge together in perfect harmony. Come on. You know you wanna. Yes! Oh, beautiful! And please don't fall apart and rip each other to shreds. Because that would really break my heart. Right! Excellent. Triumphant. Because I was really worried. See, before when I tried doing this, I'm going to pause it a sec in case everything goes wrong. In fact, I'm going to save it there. Although, should I do it now? Because it may tear itself apart in a minute. I'm going to risk it. We're going to do a quick save. Alright, because otherwise it'll go back probably to the launch. Right, now, the idea now is... Now, I could just wait till... Why don't we wait until daylight? So I can see what I'm doing here. And hope it don't rip itself apart in the process. And see this two in blissful harmony. I've got enough monoprop, but yeah, let's have it. Near a launch site might be a good one. Yeah, let's get into the sun a little bit. There we go. And alright, it's not the greatest, but swing this baby around. Oh, that's it. Right then, so now I've got to remember which one's the crew end. Now, where's this guy? Because I got two ends here, and I'm pretty sure they both have landing legs. They have. Good. Because the other one is probably just going to go back down. So I'm just going to check who's in this cockpit here, because I've forgotten. If I can find out which... Right, crew hatch. We have in that one, we have Devsy. Devs is the pilot. Right, okay, so that is the correct end that I want. Okay. Oh, hang on, the controller's decided to go funny on me. Oh, now this is a common problem I found with this game is sometimes, yeah, the controller ceases to start moving, which is kind of frightening. Right, and then I'm going to, hang on, get rid of that. I got to push that one. If I push to there, it should, I'm hoping, open up the, open them both up. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want. I want the electricity flowing through this beauty. Now, it's not exactly like SpaceX, but how come that one opens when that one doesn't? It's kind of sad, isn't it? That's a bit odd. I want them both, but never mind. Right now, that is the good end. Okay, so this is the one that needs refueling, and this is the one that's, you know, wants to empty all. So we're gonna, I don't know. I mean, if I click it to that one, would it fill the whole lot? Or I mean, I don't know. Or I got them all like one by one, like some crazy idiot. Right, let's gonna. Right, I'm going to throw it all into there. Hopefully it will take stock of the whole lot with a bit of luck. And then I'm going to cancel it round about, whoa, here. Okay? Because I want a little bit to get back, obviously. Yeah. Because this one's going to go back and, dare I say it, land. But I got a feeling that would probably be a stupid idea. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to transfer the crew from that one. Because, you know, I don't want him to die or anything. Because that's the idea, is bring that crew around over here. So, can I make this... The engineer, I think, is in... Not sure which one he's in, to be honest. I don't want to deploy the thing. That's the trouble. To make it look sort of SpaceX-y, I've got to keep this thing up. But it means it looks a bit odd. Crew hatch, where's crew hatch? It's like, sometimes it's on it, sometimes it ain't. Come on, give me a crew hatch. That's it. Right, Bill. So Bill has got to transfer from here to, and again this is decided not, oh yeah, it is. And then we want to transfer him all the way over here. So yeah, it's a bit fiddly, but it looks a bit ugly if I take the thing on. Right, over to there, please. Right, so now in that crew hatch there, we should have all three. Excellent. Now that's the kind of stuff I want, and then get rid of that or whatever it is, because now I can't, like, yeah. Sometimes the camera doesn't work. Right, there we go. So now we have a fairly, I hope, full ship. Oh, it hasn't done all the rest. That's what I was worried about. Was I wanted all of them to empty. How can I do it so they're all empty? So let me empty that one into, I don't know, say the bottom one, just for fun. So it looks like we've got to do a load of them. Yeah, I could, if I did a big tank, I wouldn't get that pure white sort of spaceship. So it looks like I've got to do each tank separately, which is a little bit of a bore, to be honest. Alright, so we're going to whip all those out. And then we'll leave one of those tanks, say, with a bit in, so that you can sort of go back to Earth. Right, and you've always got to pin one. Otherwise, you know, it will just disappear when you do the second one. So it's got a little tail there saying that one's that one, that one's that one. Alright, and then we'll just leave one of the tanks sort of half empty, just so they can get back. Now, I was going to propulsively land it, but of course, I think there's not much chance of that happening now. I might just like leave it. Save me a lot of trouble. Right, and then we're going to click on that one. Oh, hang on. We've emptied that one. We've emptied that one. We've nearly emptied that one, so we'll empty that one as well. Let's make sure they're all. Hang on. Yeah, we've got to pin it. So it's going to be a little bit dull, me doing this, but still, sorry about that. Right, I'm going to whip those back out. Oh, hang on. I think it's doing it the opposite way around. Yeah. I get confused with these because they tend to want to, sometimes it moves this thing from where you pinned it. You know, I want to pin that over there, and I want that one to go from there to there. Okay? That's it. And then we can go along each one, stage by stage, until we fill them all up. See what I mean? It like flicks back again. I don't particularly like that. I want that to stay there, please. Right. See what I mean? It's jumped out again. So that's why I got a little bit confused there, because that one's the right hand one, this one's the left hand one. See, and it jumps in the way now, so I can't get to the tank I want. Right, that one's to go out as well. And then that one. Now I could balance out on all the tanks, but I'm not going to bother with all that trollop. That would just be dull. All right. Did it do it? Lord knows. Oh, it's because it's full. Right. Okay, we're on. Let's just check them all then. Let me see which ones are full. That one's nearly full. I'm not worried about trying to balance it or anything like that. I think I'm going to pin that one. I think I'm going to pin that one. I'll move this so at least I can see the tanks better. Right, where were we last? There. So I mean, it sort of gets in the way. I don't particularly like that too much. Swap all that to there. Yeah, if I could have done like a great big tank, you know, all one great big thing rather than several, but it's nice and white and looks very SpaceX, whereas the other way it didn't. Right, which one? This one pointing to that one. Right, then we want it all going to that one. I'm going to go by the bottom end. Let's check that one's empty. So we end up with a pretty much full craft. I can say, I don't know if I'll get to Mars, but I mean it might be possible. I'm so sorry about this. This is boring. I might cut the end off if I can work that out. That is. It's a bit tricky on my tablet because my tablet is extremely unresponsive, so it makes things like editing very, 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 very slow. And I mean very, very slow. Okay, we get the idea. Right, that's that one. So now we got, so that one's full. Now we're up to what here? Oh, let's pin that. Yeah, so I mean, they tend to want to move around. God, do I hate that. Oh heck. So I mean, it's like insanity. But I wish that one would stay on the right where I pinned it. I want that one to go out to the right hand one. Yeah, that's it. Good, good. Right, and then that one's out. There's a little bit left in there. And then maybe the very last tank I'll leave so that we can actually land this beauty. Oh, there's none in there. Some may call that stupid. Right, that one's got a good amount in. That one's got a good amount in. That one has a nice, yeah, that one's full. That one's full. That one's full. So I don't worry about them all being balanced and beautifully harmonized. Who cares about that? I know I don't. Right, we're going to pin that one. Try and get it so it doesn't move. And we're going to stick a little bit of fuel back in here. So, we'll have a little stab. Round about there, I reckon it'll do it. And then we're going to click that one. Get ready to put on the, go on the stop. And we'll just try and level them off fairly well. I'm going to have to go very in and then stop quick. That's about equal. That'll do. Right, there we go. So now we can cancel those two. And now all these should be empty. Except the final one. Now, whereas, you know, there's no way I can land it. But, you know, I'll attempt it. Just for sheer fun, because this was safely in orbit, and then what we're going to do is try and separate these two vehicles. Now you're saying, how can you separate those two vehicles when they're slammed so closely together in perfect bliss? Well, we can do it like this. We can get really uptight and close like this and try and find that docking port, which is somewhere around the area. Which I can't find it at the moment. Where's the docking port? Yeah, I did kind of do them very, very close. Is that a docking port? Nope. Yeah, it's trying to find it now, isn't it? Maybe back a little bit. No? Oh, I didn't think I thought that it was actually sticking out a bit. I mean, I could, I suppose, get rid of that engine plate, but that'll make everything fall apart. Anybody know if that will instantly dismantle? I'm going to save it, just to be on the safe side. I just want to know if it'll throw it into pieces if I do that. You know, if I say, right, you can get rid of that, jettison the shroud bit. Didn't do anything. What if I do that? Will it actually disappear? So I'm having a job finding the docking port here. That's the only problem with this. I thought I had done it a little bit further away so I could get to the docking port. But obviously I made a tragic mistake here. If I aim the camera at that, I might get a better view of it. That's better. It's going to be tricky. I need to find a docking port. No? Oh, I didn't foresee this. So somehow I've got to decouple the two, which is beautifully meshed in there. How can I do this? I was hoping to be able to see that, but it looks like I can't. So that's a little bit sad, because there's so many engines there. It's a bit hard to find a docking port. Should be somewhere around here. That's a shame. Oh, that could be it there. There it is. Right, now. Which one is it? So if I can get to the second docking port, I need the one that's... I need the second one, which is one that one's attached to. Where, because I want a decouple option. It might be up this end. No. Yeah, that's it. I want that one. Okay, I want the opposite one to that. Oh, that may have been it. There we go, undock. Right, here we go. We're going to undock. And get out sharpish. Oh, it would be dark, wouldn't it? And then what we're going to do is we're going to control this one. If I can get in there. Control it from here. Yeah, see, that was the whole problem with this design. I was doing this. No, I want the... I don't want the airstream, I want the cockpit, you daft brush. Before everything disintegrates. It is kind of coming apart, so that's something. That's a good sign. I want to get in there. Oh, never mind. It's coming apart. Who cares? I just want to make sure it's controlling from there and not the docking port, because obviously the docking port would be a bad idea. But so I might actually just go to the remote control unit here, which would probably be easier to get to. That's the only trouble with having an airstream, you know, you got to like flick in like this to be able to get to it. So it's that one there. Oh, I know why. It's because we're on the wrong craft. Is that right? Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Oh, hang on. Right, that one's empty. So we gotta be controlling from this end. God, this is difficult. But yeah, you can't get a crew bit that's as big as this. You only got that sort of plain section, which, you know, is a little bit... I'm trying to get the right end here. I want me to be in control of the correct ship. And it's not letting me do that at the moment. Because I can't remember which is which. I want the one with all the people in it. Right? So... this thing is like insane. Right, that's the one. And I want that one. And then I want... aim camera. I want deploy... so does that mean I cannot control from here? Well, I'll do control from there. I mean, can I do control from that? But as soon as I'm... yeah. Where is my target? If I did the target there, it should be a bit like retrograde. Yeah, that's right. So let me do orbit. Do forward, which is hopefully it won't turn. Oh, it is turning. Stop. I don't want to attract the other one. Gotta make sure I don't hit it. There we go. Right. And then we should better bring the other one down. Right. I'll tell you what I think that will do. Because the other one would probably be a complete failure. I guarantee it. And I'm going to put the thrusters on a minute because I want to get away from it, this guy a minute. Which way is it going? Yeah, it should be going that way. I'm going to be getting away from the other one. Don't want to hit that thing. So we're just going to move away from that one a bit. But like that. And then we're going to swap craft to the other one. But I think what I'll do is I'll increase my orbit here. See what my orbit is here. And then I think that will do. My orbit is 88. His is 88. So I'm going to bring that in slightly and hope I don't slam into it. I shouldn't slam into it. So I'm going to yeah, let's switch to the other one. Because this one, we should be able to control because we got a control unit on. I need this one to sort of get away from that one. And then I will bring this one down. Let's see if I could land it now. Of course, the odds of that happening are probably 6 billion to 1 because I'm not really good at this. I'll make sure next time when I do a docking port, I do it out a little bit more than that because that is a little bit too far in. It's making them merge. See, I thought that was poking out a bit, but it obviously is not. So, yeah, I'll have to adjust that next time. Right, he hasn't got a lot of liquid fuel left, but we've got a monoprop. We can always monoprop down to the planet. Is that all we got left? I thought we had loads. Thought how come I can't? Oh right, with this one, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there should be fuel in here. In that last tank here. Yeah, that should be enough. So that should be enough. Well, I mean, whether I can land on that is another matter. I probably won't, but what I might do is just destroy this one, save the bottle. But I'm gonna try and land it now, and I'll see you all next time. I don't want you to see me try and land this thing because it'll be a total waste of time. In fact, I have noticed actually that this one, whereas all my you know, my little things gone on here. If I switch to this one, you know these aero brake things, they all disappeared, these aero brake things, because they should have aero brakes on here. Oh, please tell me that the aerobricks haven't disappeared. Could be that we're all submerged here. The aerobricks disappear because I saved this with aerobricks on. Not that it matters to land on the moon, but still. So this thing will definitely not land. So I'll just probably destroy that. I could try and do it remotely without using aerobricks. I'll try that in a minute. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Bit of fun docking two starships together with vanilla game on Xbox One X. And I'll try and get this beauty home. If it's not looking like it's going to do it, I'll just destroy it. Right, bye for now, and I'll see you next time. And guess what, lads and ladies? I'll see you later. Bye.